What's up, ladies and gentlemen across planet Earth? How you guys doing out there? Whew. Amazing. Hope you guys are doing okay. Some of you Halloween ladies and gentlemen out there, you might have had fun last night. Okay. You know, I had to stay pure, true for you guys. I couldn't be all dialed in, even though I wanted to. I'm ready to go, ready, locked and loaded. I got a lot of things to share with you guys. So come on in, the water's nice and warm. Me and Yoda are gonna break down some things for you. Thank you for all my family across Earth. I did make a post when I was going live. I just went live. That's how we do it. All my homies over here in Australia, holding it down. Love you. Yodi, gonna kick it, bro. Kick it next to Buddha. We're gonna light some sage. I think we all need sage right now. Little white sage. Got to be careful out there on that the old airwaves, what you can and cannot talk about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna talk about some cool stuff that I don't know is a couple hundred years into the future of what they're talking about now. So I think I'll be okay. All right, for all my fellow time jumpers out there. All right, let me get some sage cracking here. Woo! I missed you guys. I got a lot to talk about. I was on a little mini mission. We're going to talk about it. Oh, yeah. Sage me. Sage me, baby. I think after this political season, we all need a little sage, huh? Things are getting a little crazy out there. The most important thing, no matter where you are on Earth, is obviously using your discernment, your own intelligence, and obviously your own know-how, fortitude, and true integrity to view and judge some of the things that are happening to the population of Earth and do not agree to that level of tyranny or whatever that is, poor decision-making, you know. I think that's the most important thing. How you guys doing out there? Give me a little thumbs up if you guys are ready to rip. Get your notepads out. I'm going to break down the fourth dimension for you guys in a new way that I just experienced that I didn't know was real until I had to see it with my own third eye. All right, so here we go. So, when you guys are doing your dimensional template, all of you guys who've had sessions with me, and if you guys have seen that video on YouTube or Facebook, the multidimensional template, when you're breaking up each dimensional self, obviously all your light side, all your homies are on the left-hand side, your heart side, left-hand side. All your night side homies are on your right. There's no good or bad. There's different motivations for an action. You know, as we come above this 12D functionality of what exactly this duality game is, what I can express to you is above 12D, everyone's an adult. They're not playing this whodunit cloak and dagger thing, right? So, let's try to get this going. I was like, "Are you ready for them?" I'm like, "Are they ready for me though?" Like, I'm trying to keep it real, kind of keep it honest. Dreamtime's been crazy. I hit 5D again last night, and they were testing some gnarly wizard, spiritual warrior guy was testing my skill sets in levitation in 5D last night when I woke up. But what it was is they were throwing like all of these. He had like a, I don't know. Looks like someone throws 100 stones the size of baseballs at you, and you have to hold it and not let one touch the ground. So I'm doing this type of training at night, practicing for, I guess, what this new solar flare 5D flavor of reality is. Many beings talk about the 5D reality and going to heaven, this or that vocabulary term, or shifting into that higher 5D spectrum. But let's talk about also the skill sets you're going to need to possess. Oh, no one talks about this. They go, "Here's your Hallmark card. We're going to 5D. Well, what exactly does that mean? What do you do in 5D? Oh, we don't know, but we're going there. So, as your little tour director here heading towards 5D, all right, some of the skill sets you guys are going to learn besides levitation, basic flight skills. You guys are going to have to learn how to balance all of your chakras and your chi. You need to understand that they fire like pistons inside of your body. Each of your chakra and the true flow of energy, or that kundalini energy that flows through your spine, must have an even conduit of dispersion and control. throughout not only your bone marrow in a more carbon-based life form, but your crystalline structure needs to hold water and be in a constant vibration, or what we call resonance down here on Earth. So as you guys are training in dream time, start kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of the motions, the actions. That's why your meditation, your yoga, your working out is so important. You got to be able to fire all of your cells in one motion. It's kind of strange, right? So we're in a biological suit. We are the hue, man, that hue of manifestation, right? So when we're developing our muscle memory in the physical, it's also important to understand that there's not many movements that create a force where all of your cells move in one direction at one time. Again, when I have sessions with people, I recommend practicing learning perfect form on how to do a deadlift. Why? Why do I want to go in there and it's not a machine? Why do I have to pick up a barbell? It's not that. When you get down in perfect, pose, squat down, and you pick that bar up, it's the only move in all weightlifting that fires every single muscle fiber in your body in one movement. Oh, I'm like, yeah, bro. So if I was telling you, after 6 weeks or 6 months of doing this, as you grow stronger and develop more fast twitch muscle, which is your yang energy, which is explosive, right? Yin, left-hand side, receiving, Tai Chi, yoga, stamina, slow twitch muscle fiber. As you develop the fast twitch muscle fiber, that's the explosion. That's a professional weightlifter, power lifter, sprinter, but it's a combination of slow twitch and fast twitch. Why? You got to be balanced. Having balanced chi and balanced flow is not just running your energy through your chakras, but how does that mitigate and go to every single, phalange or extension of you in the suit? Many people have really cold feet at night or cold hands. What is that? Modern science, they call that poor circulation. Well, what is that poor circulation? There's something going on there that you can change in your life, right? To boost something you're not paying attention to. There's something not firing properly. There's some sort of blockage. There's some sort of energetic blockage somewhere inside of you that's not allowing your chi to flow through your bone marrow. That's what it is. It's not just, obviously there's many biological terms for this. But, if you practice some of that, those different breathing techniques out there, pot belly breath, you expand your field beyond the 3D vessel, right? You understand that your energy sphere, that golden sphere of energy around your body, is swallowing the entire bedroom. You're not worrying about blood getting to the tips of your fingers or cold hands. Let me just tell you that much. It's your flow of chi as you express yourself to the universe. Cool. See? It's not all doom and gloom out there. All right. Put some smile on those faces. Now, we know things are popping off. Okay? Things are definitely popping off. I just love you guys. We're going to get through this together. Let this sage smother all that weirdness on Earth. And even many people on Earth that were asleep are now waking up. So I tip my hat off to you, and I wish you the best on your journey. Love and light to you. Love and light to your family. Love and light to all sentient beings on this planet. Okay. And can somebody please, when these financial things change, can somebody please go in with me? I'm going to buy that cove in Japan. I'm going to shut down that dolphin cove in Japan as part of my humanitarian project. I'm going to give all those fishermen a paycheck and go shut this down. I don't know why we're still eating. Anyways, see? Stewards, true Syrian, we love dolphins. Okay, just throwing it out there. I think the mantids bred a little bit too much in that hive mind, if you ask me. But moving on. We have to eat this. I'm like, have you ever made your own vegan or vegetable hamburger, you little weenie? You ever grown vegetables? By the way, I can make you a salad that is this size, and you will not be able to finish it in your 130-pound little whatever suit you're wearing, all right? It's all BS. The diet stuff's BS. You guys put good fuel in your body. The belief systems of the old are dead. Why? Because we were lied to in the first place, okay? I'm not into it. I have to do the same thing to 4D reptilians. When these guys are still trying to loosh off people, they bounce into me, and I'm like, hey, dude, let me check this out, homeboy. I'll make this real crystal clear for you. You don't think when I leave the gym and I smell some baby back ribs firing off on the restaurant across the street that my mouth doesn't start watering and I feel like I'm hungry? Nah, bro, but I go home, I have a smoothie, and I eat some vegetarian chicken nuggets, and I control my suit and what I need. I'm too old inside of this suit to try to be taken into a place where we have to do it this way. We have to loosh off the population. We have to be parasitic. There's no other way to exist. I'm sitting here. You woke me up out of stasis. I was sleeping for 5,000 years. I don't even know how half of you guys are even in any sort of power position at all. Okay? I don't even know how 80% of this planet's been run since we were sleeping. But I can tell you this. Don't hurt anything that you don't have to hurt. You know? Treat beings with respect. You're all one. If we're reflections of each other, what sort of reflection are you shining, sweetheart? And for all these things that want to be parasitic, here's a little Halloween thing for you guys, a little truth for you. Do you guys know the difference between a vampire and a vampire? Between a vampire and a vampire. I didn't know this. I shall explain. So I'm in 4D 6-7 years ago. I had just gotten in trouble for whacking on some vampires up in Flagstaff for feeding off 20-year-old kids in tents. I got in trouble. I took about 6 of them out. And what happened was, one of my guides showed up. He goes, do you know the difference between a vampire and a vampire? I go, no, because we're going to talk about 4D today. He took a blade and he cut his leg right in the middle. Mind you, this is in the 4th dimension. Do not do this in the physical, okay? And what he did is he cut his thigh and peeled the skin back, and he goes, you see that white lining? It was like a white shimmer underneath the skin. And I go, yeah. He goes, I'm a vampire. I can still absorb light from the sun. Then I go, well, what's a vampire? They go, they're completely parasitic. They've lost that ability to charge from the sun. So for all you guys out there having fun in Halloween, at least be vampires. Don't be vampires, okay? Tip your waiter on the way out. Moving on. Hey, J.R. Tolkien. Miss you. All right, moving on. The speed at which your consciousness is in controlling your mind. Okay, so I know you guys are having some weird dreams out there. And I know you guys are seeing people from your past. And I know you guys are going, why am I staring at this again? Here's the issue. Every single time you stare at a weird experience, the less it affects you emotionally, the more you're growing. If the first time the event happened, say it was a level 10, gnarly. A couple years go by, you see it again come up in dream time, it's a level 8, still shakes you to your core. A couple more years go by, it's a 6, a couple more years go by, it's a 4, a couple more years go by, it's like a level 2. Until you wake up in the morning one day and you go, yeah, I've gone through some crazy stuff, but I can also know that every single true X-Men, superhero, protagonist, antagonist, whatever you want on this earth, every single one of us has crazy background stories, and that's the normal. That's the norm. I am stronger than this, and these experiences made me who I am today. I would take nothing away from me. Things that are hard, people run from. And I'm here to express to you, the reason why we run from them is because it doesn't feel good in our hearts. And we don't like being treated that way. And that is good to understand and have that moral integrity. However, to run from a challenge or be scared of something only gives what you're running from that much more power. So I say to you guys this, some of these things that are popping off on the planet Earth, okay, pay attention to, are you really scared, or what is the best modality to do this? My thing is vote, and vote all of these guys out. It's very easy for me to step into a room and scan every single biological human's eyeballs in there and tell them, I could easily tell which one signed a deal and which one's more night side than light side. This fast. Why? I've been trained to do this stuff working in old battlefields and things around the earth. Using those skill sets now, which you guys are working on in reading someone's eyes. Right? Hi, I'm Rion. I'm here to mess stuff up. I'm here to fix and free a planet. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that some of these guys, they look like drones. They look like clones, and that's cool. Did you guys know that when you make a clone, it actually won't, I've heard of these things, mind you, that when you actually copy a clone, you actually have to take a piece of a soul or a fractality of a soul and put it in a clone to actually have it really, truly self-animate. So I thought that was quite funny, all these old men that are scared of death, which is hilarious to me. Some of the richest people on the earth are scared of death. Again, which is hilarious to me. Why are you scared? What are you running from? What did you do? Right? If you're a good person, we're going to live La Vida Loca. Living La Vida Loca. We're going back to Pallades for a party. And you're sitting there like, I got one more epoch in a dungeon. Like, that sucks for you. I feel you. I do. But right here, even a couple of the people that are watching behind the scenes, check it. Roll with us. We're going up. Okay? We got a cruise ship, and all I got is some little breakers in the water. We're going right through there like a snowplow. Like an icebreaker, we're going to go right through any dimensional block you guys have. Why? We do this every cycle, guys. The great transition is upon us. Oh! So it's a global planetary thing. Oh, yeah. We're like little Sim City guys running around in a holographic matrix. When our forefathers and mothers and our elders from different planets and the galactic councils of this planet above and below ground decide, hey, Gaia is going to shift again. We're going back into that 5D and crystalline structure, which we used to have. If you guys look at all those great documentaries on the old tree stumps, these old mesas when the planet used to be silicon-based 5D. Okay? They have these stumps made out of stone. Or if you go and see the petrified forest, and you're like, how does a tree stump have crystals inside of it now after, 20, 100,000, maybe 200,000 years? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we used to actually be in 5D, and this planet dropped dimension, where we are right now. There was a silica forest. I spoke about this before. That structure inside, that's true silica function of reality, we've all known. Why do you think we love elves? Why do you think we love these huge trees? Why do you guys think you love watching Avatar? Is it because it seems like, I remember big trees. I remember writing stuff. Avatar, right? That Andromedan flavor. Thank you so much for bringing that back, by the way. And the new ones are supposed to be amazing. Look at Sage just boom. So what I'm trying to say for you guys is, what are we here to do? Imagine living in a space, creating a space where you no longer need someone's permission to live abundantly. This is the paperwork and the baby stuff that we're doing right now, okay? 1890s, okay? We had the World's Fairs. They weren't world fairs. They were remnants of Tartarian, a different political and world structure that governed the planet. They had magical fires that burned solid marble. Let me get this straight, Grandpa Turd Face, or whatever your name is, or family, or, yeah. Hey, Pacer. Hey, Pacer, did you really invent the railroad system, jackass? Did you? Or did you just copy it, huh? How many of you guys back there have some of that stuff that's keeping you alive a lot longer than you should, huh? These guys are talking about Rothschilds. I'm like, you mean the accountants? Okay, moving on to real stuff. What I'm trying to express is this. You got a bunch of different classes or generations copying things that we used to have. They roll this stuff out like it's brand new. They wipe the population. They change all the history books in 1901. It's a global mass thing by these globalists. To what? Hide the truth of who you really are? Why? So you can be controlled? Why? Because they're just like you and they understand all is one and they actually have no right to rule you whatsoever. It's only the belief system you put in their hands that they have the right to govern you. Oh, got it. Got it. Now, is it that complicated? It's really not that complicated, all right? So, these are the same guys that whine when they cross worlds. These are the same guys that are trying to negotiate terms right now with some of your guys' higher selves. Listen, this world requires and deserves a higher level of game. This world requires interaction with our families that we're here visiting in these little soft technology human suits. This world deserves freedom. This world deserves sovereignty, and everyone deserves to live a happy, abundant, healthy life. That's what I feel in my heart, and that's what Creator feels for you as well. Okay? No one needs to be in pain or suffering. There's plenty of resources on this planet to support all life in a very awesome way. All right. Hey! Guess who looked up where your great-granddaddy's buried over there in the Carolinas? Oh, is his bones still in the ground? Uh-oh. I hope not. It's still child games. When I get into these modes, my highest light says some words of wisdom, and I'll share them with you now. Son, everyone has to make their own decision. They all have to grow up. They all have to evolve at their own speed. Everyone's got to make their own decisions. Everyone has to want to wake up. Everyone wants to get it. Everyone has to let go of this fear and separation and hatred and come into their hearts and forgive each other. That's really what we're doing here. It doesn't matter what specifics are laid out in front of you. The truth is, right, for all my Native Americans out there, which I love, aho, right? Aho, is that what true testament of spirit do you wish to be right now? Do you wish to be the version that's confused watching 44 hertz television telling you what to believe? When you know in your heart it doesn't feel right? When you know that's not how you should treat people? What type of version is behind the wheel right now? Okay? Coming from your heart and being awesome, right, is what is necessary. And yes, YouTube is censoring things. I'm just keeping it casual and talking about extraterrestrial things. Hopefully they don't, you know what I mean? What I share with you guys is wisdom of the old, where we really come from, okay? The old versions of you, the past lives in which we had everything and then some, and then for whatever reason, you know, things have changed to serve the few instead of serving the all. It's that simple. We are galactic, universal beings, eternal beings, having an experience in physical popsicle suits. They called us star seeds and angelics in from different sectors of this universe to take a look at this stuff, and I actually know why now, or have a better understanding of why. And I'll tell you. Woohoo! Welcome to my last video. Get your popcorn. All right, so, you know we have nuclear fallout in India, right? 15,000 years old or whatnot. I found it curious. They still have reservoirs over in India, I think it's between 7,000 to 12,000 years old. They can't exactly carbon date, but they have this big reservoir. They're not allowed, any people are allowed to live there because there's radiation. So iron bolts from the sky. Okay, the old past atomic wars we had. And I go, well, we've had atomic wars here before. I don't know if that's really cause or claim to actually wake up some of the beings that I know are here now staring at this planet. And they said, son, if they would have played with atomic weapons, we might have let it slide. But they started lighting off H-bombs. And an H-bomb, the hydrogen bombs, that's something that once you start playing with H-bombs, you guys remember Thor in the first one when they start playing with the Tesseract? And Thor goes, you morons, do you know what you just said to the universe? Oh, it's an Avengers. What did we do? You just said to the whole universe, you are ready for a higher level of war by playing with that and doing that stuff. Not that it's war going on right now, but what I can say, it is in some levels, and obviously there's some obviousness going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to give you guys a higher perspective on some of this stuff. Some of us are here to monitor some of this stuff, and we're waking up out of stasis to serve the collective, to not only keep an eye on this planet, but the eye on our brothers and sisters' spirit as we grow together, and to make sure that we still have a choice to choose sovereignty and peace. When you take away the choice, you get other beings which monitor galaxies and the solar system involved, because sovereignty and free will is something that every true spark of creator deserves and is born with. It is your birthright. Now, are there other species trying to figure that out that we invited over here or came over here because we knocked down 6 or 7 of their ships when they were playing ET Real World back in the 40s and 50s, when we started targeting them with our radar? And all of a sudden we drop 6 ships, and then a mothership shows up and a big tall white gets out and goes, yo, we had a tour going on here over from Zeta Reticuli, and it seems like you've stolen a bunch of our tourists and are taking out our ships. Can we have a conversation? I bring this stuff up to, Eisenhower. He doesn't know what to do. Definitely shouldn't put Rockefeller Sr. in charge. That guy's old pictures, goodness gracious. I hope his grandkids are far more balanced. What I'm trying to say is that there's an older version of you sitting in this storm, not scared, letting the wind blow against you as time. When wind becomes time, and you realize how many ages and how old you really are, and you realize how many transitions you've gone through. We are the survivors of Atlantis and Lemuria and Tartaria and the Mud Flood, and we're here now in this last 24,000 year epoch, right? So what I'm trying to express to you is draw deep into your strength of knowingness. Get inside your hearts and your deeper meditation. Understand this storm will end. My version or understanding from my family out there is I'd much rather hang out in a world where my brothers and sisters have their own higher selves, keep them in check, rather than a kindergarten level of control, which was never meant to do anything other than steer resources to the greedy and the poor behaved and those that aren't really guaranteed anything special after this one incarnation. That I can promise you. I come from a place from Orion on my night side where I know for a fact it takes 2 souls to run a tank. I have memories of all kinds of different star, types of wars. Orion Gate Wars, different things in Alpha Centauri. I'm also part Lyran. One of my aspects is Lyran, proud from Lyra. We are these galactic citizens interacting in this place. I'm just trying to remind you, do not get stuck in this Gerber baby food applesauce level of intelligence, which is only being projected at you in illusion functionality from a television that's already been bought and owned by a situation that's only 60 years old. You're older than the 60-year-old time frame of this mass illusion. Maybe 70 years. Okay. All right, coming back into what's real. All right, let's pop these off. All right, so what type of guy are you really? All right, sunglasses are off based upon, hi, I'm Rion. I'm not from here. We're from the Galactic Center, and we're here to flip a planet. All right. Your waiter on the way out. Yoda, let's hang out, baby. Oh, we're going to talk about Vegas. Woo-hoo-hoo! Vegas. All right, I'm going to tell you some cool stuff that's going on in 4D. All right, I'm just going to let that burn. I think this sage just needs to rip. All right. Oh, I love you guys. Okay, so back to who we really are, watching a weird commercial play out every single day. I cannot tell you how many people have called me, donate now, do it now. I'm like, yo, bro, I already donated. Like, I'm all about the light, baby. Like, I don't know what you want from me. You know what I mean? But as I can see, we're making an impact out there, huh? Changing a lot of minds. Read me this, Batman. In life, don't let those that are confused or angry slow you down. I remember just waking up in Los Angeles. I remember the program I had to break. I remember that level of consciousness I was a part of. I remember being plugged in. I remember how difficult it was for me to snap out of it. I remember how difficult it was for me to control my vessel and temptation and all my wants and needs in this suit. My only expression to all the youth out there across this planet that my words carry for future generations is this. The true happiness you are seeking is only found within yourself. You should only truly have an opinion upon someone else when you first love yourself. Why? If you do not love yourself, you hate yourself. How can you ever show that love or reflection to someone else? You would always be faking it. Welcome to the 4th dimension. All right, so speaking of the 4th dimension, go to the gym, work out steam. The early 20s, save your teeth, your skin, and your health. Okay? You don't have to be like us indigos, us few crystals out there. Okay? Moderation's rad. Why? Longevity. Oh, no one told us that. Oh yeah, party like a rock star. Most of them exit around 30 years old, 29. Why? You can't live that way and actually have a long-lasting life that is worth living. You'd rather just exit because this place sucks. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, I was born and raised Los Angeles. I'm completely aware of it. All right. To be honest with you guys, they only have one big draconian overseer that sits off Hollywood Boulevard next to the Capitol building. I've talked to the guy many times. He's just like, I'm overseeing this. This is my territory. I have to watch over it, When you guys wake up in your soul and you realize that you are aspects of all of these things which are leaning on this planet, trying to drive this planet, my thing is that be a part of those who wish to live in paradise. Anything other than that is not worth your time or your energy. It's that simple. And I know there's a lot of things going on right now. What I can say is the light is winning, and we will win, and we've already won. What's going on right now for you guys? How wise and balanced and strong are you in the storm? It's easy to say, I'm a sailor. I've practiced sailing for 20 years. There's a lot of these people I feel that are in the spiritual world sometimes. Oh, I know what's going on. I remember when I was 19. No, you don't. I can tell myself, you do not know what's going on. I'm just to be completely real. You know, you're pink hair, just doing it. No, you don't. Okay, I'm be honest with you. I didn't know, and I had a little more awareness, and I still can tell you right now that my 19-year-old version didn't know anything. I'm sure everyone out here can resonate with how you guys used to believe and what you used to believe as kids. Okay, check it. This is what I want you guys to understand about the storm inside of yourself. This balancing, integrating thing is like everyone in the spiritual nature on this planet, as they grow, imagine you're in your own ship and you're driving out to sea and you've been sailing. You think you know everything that's how this world works for the last 20 years. You're getting in your boat and you're 20 years old and you're going out into the ocean. You practice every manual, you know how to make every knot. You think you're a sailor. So let me tell you something. Until you're in a Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4 hurricane in a boat, you got 20-foot waves coming over the front of that ship. You don't know who you really are. You don't know if you really are as strong as you think. Then there are those that are fearless, that are in the front of the boat, holding on to the mast going, is that all you got? I'm already bored. Like there's a whole different level of like dudes out there that get excited when they see a storm. That's because in our souls, our true age starts to emanate through us, okay? It's true age. What's the opposite of fear? What's the opposite of being scared? Some people get excited for challenges because they actually know who they are, and it's not their first walk in the park. It ain't my first football game. It ain't my first basketball or baseball game, baby. Many of us are the winners and the graduates from past timelines, here to help out our family. We are the past graduates of this school or of other schools. This ain't our first walk in the park. I'm reminding you of that. This little baby brain you grew in this skull that's only 20, 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, cannot hold a candle to who you really are if your spirit or your soul's 100 million years old. What is your little baby brain going to tell your soul? Nothing. This is a transceiver to receive and process information in this reality based on a visible light spectrum you can see with your eyeballs with stereo hearing in the physical. So don't get it twisted. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? Apparently there's some things. Now let's talk about the cool stuff in Vegas. All right, so I go to Vegas. It was my partner's birthday. Everything else is locked down. I am staying at Mandalay Bay. I'm up in a suite. I have the full view of the Luxor Hotel from my left-hand side. I'm on the 14th floor. Now check this out. I knew from watching Emery Smith and I believe John Lear. They talk about in Vegas, there's underground shuttle systems that go to Area 51. I believe that leave from Caesar's Palace. Can't remember. But there's, if you guys want to see some ETs, go to the Luxor. So I went there and I'm in bed. I got my gear with me, mind you. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have some fun with some ETs. Well, let me tell you what's down there. I grabbed at least 6 turds from underneath the Luxor. It was mainly grays. It was like 1 or 2 whites I talked to and mainly grays under the Luxor. But this is something that's happening right now. So for the first time in my incarnation, I got to view this. So I was used to thinking that there's 3D, right? 4Ds on my right, 5Ds on my left. Okay, check this out. I was staring at the Luxor with my third eye and I was sleeping and I was literally projecting all around that building and watching everything like a TV station. Okay? This is what I saw. Saw my night side guy drop down, drop rank in a full-blown space outfit. I can only see the back of him, pointing at a subspecies of his species that was monitoring the 4th dimensional version of all 4Ds in that sector. Here's what I saw though. I got to see like imagine this is our reality. Everything you see, this is the 3D. And then imagine you go up one floor, one bandwidth into the next dimension, the fourth dimension. And imagine being like a participant in that type of video game holographic matrix thing. I got to see the peel away of my fourth dimensional version, right? My 4D wasn't there, mind you, but he's in Ascension School. I saw the 4D version of what everyone in the fourth dimension was staring at. Then I saw the ET hackers and the guys that actually were controlling their characters in 4D behind the wall. I saw the engineering position of the fourth dimension and the actual hardware and the ET dudes running it. And I was like, oh, well, this is interesting, right? So I saw through the hologram in another dimension, actually saw more of the engineering ET species that were actually controlling their fourth dimensional version in my 4D reality, that I was actually getting to see the layers of the dimensions or the multiverse. Whew. Many of you guys have seen them. They're, it's a bunch of little ETs in flight suits. I don't know, pointed ears. It's all kinds of weird stuff. If you guys want to know the species look like I was staring at, if you guys have seen Miss Marvel, the green guys in Miss Marvel where they have the pointed ears, I couldn't see their face, but I saw the back of their heads and their ears and what they were doing. It was looking like they were shifting the whole fourth dimensional construct, because Vegas, as like many other different large metropolitan cities on Earth, are changing. They're not going back the way they were, okay? For whatever reason. Now, Vegas, Sin City or whatever. But my thing was that being able to watch that and be a part of that and having one of my night higher selves drop rank and go, what seems to be the issue here? What seems to be going on in the fourth dimension? Like, I was getting like other ETs talking to my ET dude, and they're like, we're mitigating the fourth dimension. The acceleration is upon us. We are doing our best to hold this program together. They were actually fighting for that shadow capacity of the night side in Vegas to exist, because this clean sweep, everything is being reorganized right now. Everything in every dimension is being reorganized right now. So I thought I'd give you a little screenshot. Grid work, baby. Oh yeah, well, I'm only saying certain things on camera. Gridded. No, I went to go, every time they send me someplace, I'm always grabbing little dudes, talking to them, checking on them. What are you guys working on? I want you guys to understand that once we get through this stage and you guys actually get to meet and be a part of who you really are, I just say get excited, man. That's all. All right, you're getting a little crazy. Look at this sage. Apparently the world usually goes out. This is just letting it rip. All right. What's changed for me and many starseeds and angelics? We have control of our dreams. We are usually being asked to help or assist. We are usually never in fear whatsoever. But what I can say is that many other species that are moving much slower with their vessels are asking us for help from the upper dimensions based upon their lineage or their starseed thing, because they want to catch up to the rest of the collective consciousness at the speed that we are moving. These crystals are hauling butt. These rainbow kids are moving very, very fast in consciousness. Us indigos, we're hanging in there too. Okay, but then you have some other guys that are like stuck in some 1940, 1950, 1960s mental constitution, of which they can't even grasp some of the concepts that we speak of so casually. Okay, a lot of the things I speak about, obviously, is with viewing through my third eye. It may sound very confusing for many if you can't understand what I'm saying. Okay, same thing with my throat chakra is on. I can hear my higher selves, right? My heart is on, right? I can feel my environment, right? And I'm very empathic. My tum-tum, right? That's where it starts, the tum-tum. So, awesome. Just wanted to know that I love and express you guys, but there is a faster speed, and for all of us out there, I'm just running. I don't know. There's something about, I just want you guys to know that stepping into your truth into a degree where all you feel is your truth, and then you see everyone around you as children, no matter what emoji you push, or how old you are in the suit, or what you believe, or what country you come from, or whatever this is. When you guys get to walk around as your elder all day long, say you're 90s in the suit all day long, and you're on autopilot, and you're viewing your reality, and you're raising the frequency of not only you and your family and friends, but the world itself. As I send these broadcasts across this planet, you begin to feel like a being that if you were going to go hang out at a party, let's just say where all the ascended masters were there, imagine we're all going to a party. This is what it's like to be a 90 being and up, right? Imagine there's a big party going on. Siddhartha is there, Buddha's there, Vishnu, Krishna. I don't know if Brahma shows up. He's a big deal. You know, you got El Moria, you got Yeshua, you got the Christian Jesus. You get all these awesome ascended masters. Kuan Yin's there, Athena's there, Zeus, Odin, Thor. Imagine we're having this big party. There's nothing like walking in shoulder to shoulder with other awesome beings on this planet as an equal and going, yo, bro, I just had an amazing incarnation. Check this out. And watching your own highlight reel. Imagine being so woke, I actually know I am back in time talking to myself in the future, which I can literally watch in the future of myself talking to you now. That's what I express. And for all of you guys, Ishtar, always. What I'm trying to say is, like, I know I'm an avatar talking to you guys. I'm just trying to snap you out of what do you guys believe, because all this fear BS that they're pushing, it's not real and it's not really you, right? Nothing can be done on this planet without your say-so. Just remember that. Dude, I miss my, like, big, the robe with the big, it feels like you're wearing shoulder pads. 12, 15 feet tall with the sandals. You're like, hey, what's up? Oh, they brought you down here for this? I'm like, yeah, I came in hot from the Cassiopean Gate in Andromeda. I had to pick up some of my guys from Orion. We're here, what's up? Oh, you know, we're really excited for this solar flash. And this, I'm like, oh, I'll be there, baby. I'm coming in hot. I'll pick a vessel. I pick my mom and dad. When they got the juice. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna lay dormant for 19 years, get a shot of the truth, go back to sleep for a decade, but at 29, bing, 28, 29, I'm gonna turn it back on, baby. You guys are the manifestors of creation, right? You are the creators in your own way, staring through your reality, making these adjustments. We all are pieces of Creator. Love is which binds all things. I say binds, but connects all things. That unconditional, unfathomable amount of love. Even when you guys, if you guys ever astral travel to the Galactic Center, you jump 3 gates to the outside of Earth. The fastest way is actually to jump to the gate that's at the center of our planet. From the center of our planet, it's really strange because it's a huge toroidal field. You would think I'm just going to shoot towards the Galactic Center. They're like, no, you go out to come back in, and then you travel through the different doors. And man, the light that comes off some of these beings in the Galactic Center, I don't even know, bro. Some of these guys have so much charge. When you're like, hey, what's up? They just do 3 lines of light around their hand. It's like blue, red, yellow, purple. Purple, purple, purple. Blue, red, yellow, purple. And you just go, hey! And they go, hey! And then I just do the and I go, where are you punching in from? I'm like, oh, I'm on Earth. You're there right now? I'm like, oh yeah, I got a vessel in bed right now. He's in a big ass golden pyramid, just in a Cadillac posted up. What are you doing out here? I keep checking on my family in other sectors in my off time here. Kind of, it's almost like you want to see what the news is going on in other planets, in other sectors. How's the whole solar system going? Why has no one asked this question? How's Mars doing? How's Neptune doing? How's Jupiter doing? How are the space stations outside of Jupiter doing? Okay. Does that kind of working itself out? How's the intergalactic trade station? Are they still trading for these little things? What seems to be changing? Guys, this is the physical plane of existence, which reflects to all the physical planes of existence in the solar system. Oh. So you're trying to tell me there are beings from the upper dimensions monitoring different 3D vessels and 3D realities on different planets right now, and they actually have 3D vessels in this game and are going through similar changes that we are going through right now in their own way. Yes, I am saying that. All these aspects still have higher selves. Even if you're born on Mars, what do you think, you don't have a higher self? You're born on Neptune or Jupiter, you don't think you have a... Yes, you do. Okay, so just want to be real with you. We need to expand our minds outside of this little... planetary hologram. Have some fun. That's all I'm trying to say. We need a GoFundMe campaign to buy one of those cobalt laser drilling machines that cost around $200 million, and we all just need to, see what's going on downstairs ourselves. I don't know why. It's not even that much money, $200 million. I'm like, how many people are woke on this planet? You're like, I got 100 on it. I got 200 on it. Somebody call up one of those retired Navy specialists to drive that damn thing. I want to go down. All right? I want to see what's going on down there with my own two eyes. Thanks. And maybe they need beings like us to show up who aren't like gnarly military guys that are like with machine guns. I could be like, hey, I'm telepathic too. What up? They're like, are you here to attack us? I'm like, no, we're actually the civilian light beings on the planet. Sorry you had to deal with all those military jackasses and the dark hearts for the last 70 years. We're actually those who incarnated that are actually a lot older than these little kids. Oh, cool. Well, come on in. Awesome. So what we got down here, bro? Do you guys have heard you guys have an ocean down here. Do you guys have waves? First question. You do. How do you guys create the wind? Oh, it's electromagnetism. Okay. Are there weird things in the water in that inner Earth ocean if I go surfing? Do I have to worry about some Loch Ness? Can I actually go surf in there? Well, yeah, you can. It's kind of like Australia. You got to put a big net around you so the guys in gray don't come get you. All right? That's what they call those great whites. They got them in the gray suits. Come get you. So what I'm trying to say is this. That's not even that much money, and we blow the top off this whole little membrane of lies. You guys, we're only being held here by a small little membrane of lies. I just want to be real with you. It's so small. It's like, but what if I wanna? I don't know what happens when 100,000 people buy a laser boring machine and we go down 5 miles and we see what's going on down there. And we actually find our own homies that actually want to talk to the population of Earth and not these weirdos that have actually put themselves in power that don't reflect the entire population of Earth. These are all those beings that are modulated AI, weirded out, hooked up with some really negative things, and are propagating a story based upon a belief system of them being brainwashed in the first place. Oh, so they had no spiritual maturity. They're a bunch of nerds with toys, basically. It's kind of like Ender's Game. They're all raised in an environment like Ender's Game. Corey Good talks about this when he was on the shuttle going to Mars. They go, where'd you get sunburned? He goes, oh, in Texas before I left. All sunburned. And the whole thing was like, everyone was like, oh my God. He's like, what do you mean Texas? They were all told on Mars that there was a huge cataclysm on Earth and Earth was no more, and they were this chosen few. How many times have you heard this one before? You're the chosen few. Go to Mars and live in some shit show Utah underground bunker. You're the chosen. No, you're not. You got bamboozled by the same jackasses that we're dealing with right now. Sovereignty should be something we talk about on this planet as a whole and in this solar system. We need to grow up, okay? I'm sure we have some brothers and sisters on Mars right now that would love to actually go to the beach in Oahu and go surfing for the first time in their life. Let me tell you, just like you. Why is this? I'm telling you, they're holding us down with this little membrane of bullshit. It's like a 150-year membrane of limited bullshit. Understand this. Once you guys go through the veil, you begin to see more and more. Okay? All this stuff is going to come out. The Pentagon already said they got off-world vehicles in their possession. Okay? Dulce already said they work with ETs together in their underground bases. Okay? Check out floor 13 downstairs. Moving on. Native Americans, that one guy's show got canceled because he found the vents to the Dulce base and he put it on History Channel and they canceled his show. Okay? What I'm getting to, all this stuff's real. But at the end of the day, with all these bells and whistles, I want the reflection of who we are to truly be a testament to what our potential is and not what has come from the future or the past to try to motivate their own timeline, which does not serve the all. And that's all I'd like to share. One species is not better than another. And let me tell you something, for all of us old souls out there, there's a lot scarier things in this universe than a 9-foot reptilian. I'm sorry, you have not seen what I've seen on different planets. You have no, well, Is a 9-foot reptilian as scary as a 15 or a 20-foot giant? Oh, who do you think can bench more weight? Because they're all about their strength, right? So there's a lot bigger, gnarlier things out there. My thing is that what version of the emotional stability and what true inner constitution of what you want to be seen as a being of power? Do you want to be a being of power that takes from others and rules? Or do you want to be a being of power which wants everyone to be awesome, self-sufficient, independent, and leaders in their own right? Because that is how you create leaders for this universe, and that is how you change timelines. It's not to take the power away from other people. It's to inspire them to be the best versions of themselves. Anyone that does not understand that is not old enough to actually sit in a suit and tell you what to do. My name is Rion. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys here today. All right. By the way, the new hoodies are in. All right. Yeah. This is called Carolina Blue. I like it. And it's all lit on the back. We got all the sigils on the back. We got black hoodies, Carolina Blue, white, and pink for the girls. I know you girls like certain sizes. Check out store.teamlight.com. Get your hoodies now. I don't know how many extra smalls or XX small or smalls or mediums, different sizes. For the guys, I got larges, extra large. Got some mediums, okay? The girls, they're fancy. They got fancy things out there for the girls. All right. All new light tools, all new things. Use coupon code EXPO10. I've been working nonstop to make a ton of product for you guys, mainly because the weather is changing. And as you guys know, when you guys pour Orgonite, it costs me a lot of money to make those things dry when it's 20 to 30 degrees outside. So I was like, let me make as much product as I can for my family. There are many changes going on the planet right now. And that's all I can say about that. For those of you guys who know what's up, you know what's up. And I just want you guys to know that I love you from the bottom of my heart. And when you guys speak your truth, speak your truth. If you can learn anything from me is that, let me explain something to you. When I first woke up and I was doing these activations and I was training with my team, some of the things that we had to do were very dangerous. And how is that going to happen? What are we going to do? If I listened to all the fear mongering and doubt on this planet over the last 12 years of me doing these things and cleaning up stuff that they thought was impossible to clean up, how can you grid the catacombs and actually close the doors? Things of this nature. There's things I want to express to you with my strength that I speak to in my truth. I would never be who I am right now if I listened to any of that doubt, that fear, or that less than BS. You believe in something, come from your heart, treat all beings with respect. Okay? I want you guys to be the most woke, intelligent beings in the history of this planet. I want us to regain our birthright of sovereignty and power to each and every one of you. And together we will do this. I am Team Light. We are Team Light, and I am Rion. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. But just remember that for all the naysayers and the negative people out there, negative people are never recorded in history. Remember that. You think you're a true being of power, true being of awesomeness, you really want to help humanity, okay? Let your true deeds of awesomeness be reflected upon thee, right? And let all those Debbie naysayers and fake things roll off your back like water off a duck's back. They mean nothing. If your hope is for all beings to wake up, come into their hearts, find abundance, right? Come together, create paradise on earth, then you're one of us. It's an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. All right, I love you. Yoda. All right, YouTube, I love you. Maybe next week we'll do a little Q&A. All right, may the force be with you always. Love you guys. Bye.